Hey guys, welcome to another short budget review. Today I'm going to be reviewing Evolve for the Xbox One. Evolve was released in February of 2015. It was made by the same people that created the first Left 4 Dead. So, like the first Left 4 Dead, don't expect much of a story there. Don't expect one at all, actually. The closest you'll get to a story is going to be banters between hunters before each drop, and every once in a while during gameplay, in which they don't really reveal much about what's going on in the story, but more of each character's backstory and personality. Also, this game is very co-op oriented, and while you can play this offline, it is meant to be played online, and unfortunately there is no split screen option. Evolve got a lot of backlash from the community when it was first released because of the DLC that came with it was definitely overpriced and not worth it. The game itself was extremely bare bones, so if you were upset like me, you probably ended up saying screw this game and you skipped it entirely. Well, until now at least, for me. Trust me, you saved yourself some money though, because back then when this game was released, it was definitely not worth 60 bucks. Now it's March 2016, a little over a year since its release. Is Evolve worthy of your budget now in its current price and state? Since its release, they've done updates that fix some issues with the game, as well as added new DLC characters and monsters and maps. I got this game a few months ago, so I actually got to see some of the changes that were implemented, and it's changed quite a bit, improved significantly since I got it. When I first played the game, I was forced to go through a tutorial as playing as both the monster and the hunter. Honestly, I kind of hated this. I wanted to skip it. If you're like me, you don't like tutorials. You just want to get in there. But looking back at this, it was a wise decision to go through it because Evolve is a very unforgiving game, and you really have to know what you're doing and how to play as the class you're playing, because it's very team oriented, and if one person can be the deciding factor between you guys winning, killing the monster, or ending up being its lunch. Evolve has essentially three modes to play. You have Arena, Hunt, and Evacuation. Quick Play takes you to one of the three. In Arena, this mode can only be accessed through randomly getting it when searching in Quick Play. Basically, it's where you and a human or an AI controlled hunter fight a human or AI controlled monster to the death inside of a dome in a locked area of a map. Then we have Hunt. This is where you get to choose. You can play as the monster, or you can also be in a team of 4 human hunters. As the hunters, your objective is to work together to track, trap, and kill the monster. There are going to be 4 classes available to you, and that's you choose one of them, which will be Hunter, Medic, Trapper, and Support. Each role is going to play a crucial part to the team's survival and success. Each class has a few characters to choose from. There are about 4 hunters total for each class without you buying any of the DLC. And they all have their own unique abilities tailored to them, and it changes the gameplay depending on who you choose. For example, if you choose the hunter Hank in support, one of his abilities is the ability to drop orbital bombardments on a certain area, so he can deal big damage in that one spot. But let's say another support character named Bucket, he can be more tactical because he has the ability to deploy stationary drones, and he can spread them out quite a bit, and it shoots anything hostile to the hunters. The medic Val, she has a med gun. She can heal teammates from far away, and in contrast there's Lazarus, which he doesn't have a med gun, but instead he can bring teammates back from the dead. So like I said, the gameplay can change quite a bit depending on who you choose to play as. This also holds true to the monster, as each monster is different from the other in terms of strength, speed, health, and abilities made available to them, so it never feels like you're playing the same monster. I have all the DLC, so I apologize, I'm not sure which monsters are locked behind the DLC paywall, but I know there's at least 3 or 4 that are playable for free. All of the DLC maps have been made free, and you can play against a DLC monster or with teammates using DLC characters. And then finally we have Evacuation mode. Here you're going to get some cutscenes. You can kind of consider this sort of a campaign mode, but like I said, don't expect any campaign mode because there's not really anything tying each map to each other. But basically it's cooperative based maps where You can play with other humans or AI controlled hunters to hunt either a human or AI controlled monster. And you have objectives that change with each map. There are about 5 stages total to play through until the end. Each stage is going to vary between missions from rescuing survivors, bringing them back to the extraction point, destroying monster eggs, or hunting down the monster. The cool thing about this is that whether you lose or win each map, something is going to change. If you, let's say you win a map, then you might get access to something like teleporters in the next round or med bays to heal yourselves without needing the medic. However, if the monster wins, it'll be tougher on the hunters. There might be more enemies that will attack the hunters. So, it makes it more difficult for either side. One of the things that keeps me coming back to Evolve is that the gameplay can change depending on the circumstances. It's not only about the hunters, trying to kill and hunt down the monster. There are obstacles in your way that make the game more diverse, such as the landscape. You might get a terrain that is difficult to maneuver because there are a lot of cliffs in your way. You might get a snow map that starts a blizzard or heavily raining, making visibility more difficult. There's stuff like poisonous lakes where if you stay in there too long, your health will start to deplete. There is also wildlife to contend with. Some wildlife will attack you if you enter their den, and trust me, wildlife is nothing to laugh at. They can be a threat to the hunters. That's why it's also important to stick together, because if the monster doesn't get you, the wildlife might. There's also stuff like man-eating plants, basically traps where if you step on them, that's it. You're gonna be devoured if nobody saves you. I ended up buying this game for $20 on Amazon a few months back. I felt it was a good price for what I got. Since then, they've released a few new maps, 4 new hunters for free, 1 for each class, as well as improvements to the matchmaking and rebalancing the monsters. Now, there is an Ultimate Edition that includes all the DLC characters and monsters. When I got the game, there was not many people playing. You could find matches if you had to have a lot of patience. Now, thanks to the recent sales, the servers are being repopulated, I'm happy to say. Honestly, the game should have been released in the state it currently is now, and then they should have built on that with more DLC. As of right now, I think the normal price for the DLC version, the Ultimate Edition, is $40, which honestly I wouldn't pay that. You can find it cheaper, I'm sure, brand new. I would say $35 is the maximum I would pay, which is what I saw it at Walmart. But if you shop around on Amazon or eBay, you might find it for less than that, maybe $30, which is an excellent price for it. And probably $20 for the standard edition. I would try to get the Ultimate Edition because you get everything on the hunters. Evolve is currently on the weekly sale on Xbox Live right now for $13.50 for the standard edition and $24 for the Ultimate Edition. That one's the one that includes all the DLC, and it's definitely worth the price. The sale's probably going to last until April 5th, I believe. Evolve is a one-of-a-kind game on current gen, but it does still lack modes to play, and it can get a little repetitive, so I won't say this game will make you want to play it for weeks on end, but I will say it's definitely worth a look or a second look if you decided to skip it like me in the beginning. And it's going to be one that you're going to want to come back to and revisit every once in a while. It's just that fun. That's why I give this game a 3 out of 5. It's a decent buy. So whether you skipped it like me because of negative reviews, or you're looking for something new to play, or maybe you wanted to try it but you heard the online was dead, I'm happy to say that there is still a small community of dedicated players still playing. But the biggest plus of this is that since this game was on sale last month, the player base increased and it's now currently on sale. So the player base is coming back. The servers are being repopulated. I hope you guys liked the review. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you liked the video, a comment or a question in the comment section below, and subscribe for more videos. Stay tuned, more reviews on the way.